Hello guys and welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we have another social race, the WR social race around Abu Dhabi, and we're joining on our first qualifying lap. If you haven't checked out the previous social race around Kota, be sure to go check that one out before we head into any spoilers. Absolutely amazing race, plenty of chaos and a good finishing position for us, capitalizing from other people's mistakes. But we're here in Abu Dhabi today at the end of our first qualifying lap. I only did about 5 laps of practice for this, so I was expecting to be last pretty much. 21.9 was pretty bad. We then head on to our second lap, where I decided to use ERS differently, as I saw other drivers use it differently because I practiced and I didn't know how to use it. So I adapted that, and you can see we already gained loads of time in sector 1, but we're still quite a bit far off in sector 1. We should be doing 0.1 at least, if not a 17.0. But then we head towards the end of the lap. Decent lap, didn't gain too much. Messed up the last corner a bit, but we improved by 1.5 tenths and set a 1 minute 21.815. And we're P14. We basically have to improve or we'll drop quite far down. So this time I use a bit more battery on the main straight, and we find a 10th heading into turn 1. And then turn 1 you want to use the track on entry and exit, and we get a great turn 1, and we're almost 1.5 tenths up after sector 1. So this is looking like a really strong start to the lap. It is a 17.13 in the first sector, a bit deep at the hairpin, not ideal. You want to clip the inside curb for the rotation, as you'll see in my track guide soon. Check out the playlist on my channel. We then head into a very tricky braking zone and chicane. Brake as the curb rises in a way all the way on the curb. Nicely clip the curb, aggressive turn in, and get on throttle as early as you can. We lose a bit of time because on the second lap that was really good. And now we've got one more sector to go, and we're 1.5 tenths up, so we're looking at a mid 0.6 lap time here. Mess up that corner a bit, but I messed it up even more on the last run, so we're not looking too bad. But heading into this next corner, I just brake way too early. I don't know what I did there, but invalidate our lap, which is pretty useless. I kept going, finished the lap anyway, and we still find loads of time. And you could see coming around the last corner, we'll actually end up setting a 1 minute 21.579, which would have been enough for P10, as we can see here. So with the tiny amount of practice we did, that really wasn't too bad. But I think it's time to head into the race. So let's head into it then. We've got 5 red lights here at Yas Marina, and we are underway, and I'm yet to figure out how to start on this game. The McLaren is on the soft compound. Joel, he did commit or will commit to the 2-stop. So we'll see how that pans out, if the 2-stop is faster than the 1-stop. As we get our way through turn 3, I get a bit distracted by the Red Bull there and go very wide. But we are able to maintain our position. We keep a nice and tight line, but then get a bump there which fully messes up our exit and lets Daniel Gottschalk get alongside us, and he gets good slipstream as well. As we head down into turn 6 for the first time this race. This lap was loads of chaos. We send it back up the inside of the Alpine. We've got a Haas with wing damage up front, and then we get fully tire hooked. There was nowhere I could go. I couldn't accelerate or anything, so Daniel is actually able to just swoop around the outside and take the position, which was not really great. And then we had the Alpine just turning into us here and bumping us. I didn't quite understand what the point was there. But yeah, we then had the Haas on damage, and I tried to get past, but I overshoot this corner, get a warning and go straight, which is horrible. And then the Haas, I don't know what he was doing. We had a Williams of Richard Sprogges spinning round there. I don't know what exactly that was, but that cost us a warning and a position and time, which was really not great. Scruffy lap 1. First half was good, but then we lost it all with a tire hook at the chicane. But yeah, we need to get back in a rhythm, recharge some battery, try and get past the Haas, who has got wing damage, so in the last sector he'll be quite slow. But as you can see here, he has damage and he just bottoms out on the curb. Pretty simple, and then he just goes straight. So that is a free position for us up to P14. And now we head to lap number 4. Just trying to settle in, gain some battery. But as you can see ahead, we've got my teammate who's spanned round. And then way further up front, we've got the Ferrari Airborne, as you saw on the thumbnail, with the Haas colliding. And we get a safety car on lap number 4. And this pretty much puts everyone onto the 2-stop. I chose harder allocation, so it would be hard for me. And we got up to P8. But now this is kind of where it fell apart, really. Cold tires, but that didn't matter as everyone was on cold tires. But it was mainly another Ryan, my TF10 teammate, in front of me, who I don't know what exactly he did or happened or how it happened. But as you see, I try and overtake him. I don't know why these 2 laps he just barely had any pace. At least that's what it felt like. He actually goes defensive here as well. And then we've got Richards right behind us. So I use some battery here. And then I know I have to drain here. But then he blocks me off. Lets Richards go around the outside. And then here he just lets Richards go on the inside. I really didn't understand what the point of that was. I should have kept my battery on here and just tried to hang it around the outside. Because I have no clue. And then he goes off track as well. I was really questionable. But yeah, we lose position there, which was useless because I used battery and then he just waved Richards through. I don't know what that was. We then have a massive send here by the Williams, and I saw the red arrow coming, so I had to open my steering because if I had turned in, I would have been dead. So I rather lost position there than fully spin out and be last on the field. But yeah, from here it just kept going downhill. In the next few laps, I got a bunch of bumps from Daniel behind. He just kept bumping me into every second braking zone. And then I tried to go around the outside here. And then on the inside here, I launched over the curb, which was not great. Didn't have enough battery. To the point where Daniel could just blast past me. But yeah, I didn't understand. He gave me so many bumps every lap, like 2 bumps. Tried to stick it here. Didn't quite work out. That was on me, but yeah, I don't know why he bumped me so many times. But yeah, struggling quite a bit. And then the issue was on lap 15, everyone pit, or well, pretty much everyone except the train in front. And you can see Richard's progress is in the train in front. So I got fully screwed by Ryan Modler just letting him through. And you can see we pit 1 lap later, and we're all the way at the back of the train. So you've got loads of work to do, and we barely have a tire advantage. So let's see what we can do in this race. First, of course, we have to get the tire heated up. As we still have the same bug from F124 with the tire pressures. But yeah, loads of work to do. We've lost so much. We should have just undercut on lap 14. But you can see we get started here on lap 19. Jay has a very poor line and run and exit off of that hairpin. We just get that position. We got a perfect slipstream from Joe Murphy in the Aston Martin, and we pull to the outside. And we get that move done nicely. Slight bump there, but wasn't too dramatic. I think I tried to go past him because I noticed he didn't have any battery. So you can see he starts flashing, meaning he's below 10% on the battery. So I tried to go around the outside him. Was actually quite clean, but then slight contact. And with this contact model, if I would have tried to keep my foot in there, I would have spun out. And then look in front, we've got the Haas of Leo Lund tapping Thomas Lamminen into a spin. And then he pushes the Aston Martin off as he bounces over the aggressive curves here at the Abu Dhabi Hotel section. So we gained 2 free positions there, back up to P12. But then the cars in front gapped us, so I eventually overtook them, and then I kept pushing to try and get back within DRS range of the cars ahead. I had 3 seconds, but I could have gotten them removed if it were a proper league race. But then on lap 24, Cameron Dowd started doing DRS games. I think it was on the medium because he probably chose balance and not harder. And he's still on the medium since 10 laps, which means he's got like 70% wear. And then, yeah, I don't know why you would do DRS games 5 laps before the end. I let Leo go here, hoping that he would cause some chaos in front, which ended up being a wrong decision. I go actually back up the inside. I was scared of rear-ending him. And then here, this was on no one really, just a bit stupid. Because I can't tuck, like if I wait for Leo to get fully past, the Aston Martin passes me anyway. But we fend off the Aston with our battery. You can see Cameron with a very late moving. I honestly don't know. Some people were just using completely different standards. And then as you can see here, Cameron DRS games yet again. They go 3 wide and then Leo decides to brake. And I'm a 10th behind him, giving me wing damage. And then, yeah. Not much to say about that. Simple mistake. I mean, unfortunate. We then have more action in front. As you can see, Cameron going for an absolute lunge and a half. I think Jay got a little tap there, and then Cameron overtakes him off the track. And then they're about to go 3 wide into this next corner. It was absolute chaos. Some drivers in this lobby just didn't even try to keep it clean, it felt like. I then give Jay 2 taps as well, which doesn't help much. Really messy race. I had wing damage, of course, so I couldn't really do much. We then have one more incident here in lap 27 as I go straight. You can see we got the Haas going for a lunge on Cameron. Don't know what Cameron did there, but they end up colliding and end up in the wall, which is 2 free positions. But yeah, that was pretty much it for this race. Last lap, we got another incident, and then Aston Martin actually decided to do donuts. Fair play. I got a bunch of pens because I tried to just keep with the pack or stay with the pack. But yeah, pretty useless race. Glad I didn't waste much time on practice. But yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. I really hope the standards improve for the proper season. So if you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel to support me. And until next time, from me, it's take care and goodbye.